Shalom, shalom, akiyam. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kwadash. I would also like to give a double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. I would also like to say peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, starting with the 144,000 men of Israel, which consists of the servants, the prophets, whom have been ordained since the foundations of this earth to sing this new song, which comes in the form of this gospel, which would be preached throughout all four corners of this earth and rest upon the ears of the innumerable multitude, men, women, and children of Israel, who may be scattered throughout all four corners of this earth. It's just Bayan back again, through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And I just wanted to get into a brief lesson, and Lord willing, share some information with you, Akiyam and Akwaf, speaking to the activating of ICE under the Trump regime, under the Alien and Sedition Act of 1798, which Trump said he's going to invoke. And yeah, man, they rolled out, man. You see, ICE has rolled out, and we've been warning you, Jake, man, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man, of a time of trouble. You see, we've been telling you that this man, all right, he's not for your well-being. You see, we galvanize you to repent through the spirit and the power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai by bringing forth the terror of the Lord. You still don't listen. Okay, well, here it is. We're sounding the trumpet day in and day out, 7 days a week. But you, Jake, are still caught up in your own madness. Okay, so now Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is beginning to act. He's acting now, man. And it looks like the northern kingdom is going to be opened up on first, from what we can see. But there is southern kingdom, Jake's getting caught up, in the form of the Haitians, so-called, which would be the, tribe of Levi. And, yeah, man, Esau is targeting the tribes. You see? Now, when Biden, had the borders wide open, like a $2 whore, there were all different types of, quote-unquote, aliens coming into the land. You see? You had those Chinese nationals. All right, you had Hamites coming all into the land. You see? But notice how the talking point is straight up Jake. Because, Jake, you've always been the target. You are the target, Jake. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. And this is proving it. What we see happening right now with ICE. And again, I got some information. I'm going to play a video, Lord willing. You see, they're targeting Jake. What happened to all these Chinese nationals that were here, man? What happened to all these Hamites that came in here? All these other foreigners as well? Why is it strictly Northern Kingdom, Southern Kingdom of the nation of Israel? Because Jake, you're the target. And we've been warning you, I'll say it again, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. From the elders and apostles on down to the like-minded men, we've been warning you, Jake, that the time of trouble's coming. You want to laugh it off, shake it off, okay, drink it off, smoke it off, thinking that we're just blowing smoke up your ass. No, man. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai has a bone to pick with you, Jakes. This is why we try to galvanize you to repent through the spirit, through the terror of the Lord, trying to persuade you. But, hey, it's all through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai at the end of the day, man. What we're to do is to, whether you hear or forbear, man. Whether you hear or forbear, let you know what it is, man. Sound the alarm. That's what we're going to do. Whether you hear, matter of fact, let's start right there through the spirit. Let's go to the book of Joel real quick. The book of Joel, chapter 2, In verse 1, and it reads, blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Right. Zion going into Zion, which is monument or memorial, a parched place. Okay, what do you do with a parched place? You water it. And this is what the servants, the prophets, are doing through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai by bringing forth this word. But you, Jake, for the majority being the degenerate plant that you are, you want to stay dried out and join into the heathen. You see? Because you're under a spell. But guess what? You're going to get caught slipping because the trumpet is being blown. The alarm's being pushed. If you're not acting upon it, that's going to cost you your life. You see? But you are being warned. Joel 2:1, blow ye the trumpet in Zion and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand. The day of Yahweh is nigh at hand, man. You see? In the great and terrible day of the Lord come, it's going to come with a buildup of trials and tribulations upon the planet, man. Calamities, scourges, violence, man. Deletions, destruction. Okay, weather patterns of biblical proportion. And if the Lord's not dealing with you, Jake, you're going to get caught up in it. And Esau, the modern day Assyrian, coming after you, Jake. You see? He's doing it now in the form of ice. You see? Why do you think the alarm's being blown in Zion, man? Because you're the target, Jake. All right? A sword has been sharpened for you, whether you believe that or not. You see? Because when you go to, real quick, Jeremiah 30, it's not called Jacob's trouble for nothing. The book of Jeremiah chapter 30 and verse 7, and it reads, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even a time of Jacob's trouble, but he should be saved out of it, right? So Jake, the elect are going to be saved out of it. That remnant that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai has preserved, man. You see? But the 2/3, which are likened, you niggas are likened unto Sodom and Gomorrah, man. Okay, Yahweh in the neighboring cities. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is going to flatline you, man. You see? You 2/3 are going to have to learn after death by pain. It's the only way. And the Lord's creeping up on y'all now. All right, man, so let's start with this video.
They're wasting no time, and ICE is making. They're wasting no time, and ICE is making nearly 500 arrests in the span of just 33 hours. The New York Post cover: the ICE man cometh. President Trump also signing more executive orders, including
the ICE man cometh. You see, and we know Esau cold, man. He a cold bastard. Okay, the man Esau ain't got no no compassion. Scripture says he's evil to him. He that is evil to himself, who should he do good? You see? The soul that is in him is not right. Okay, you Jake are gonna fall into the hands of the modern day Assyrian, man. And this is what's happening now. You Jacob stop. You Jacob. Hey, it's gonna get worse. This is just the beginning. Okay? This is just the beginning, man. All you Jakes that came in here when Biden had the gate, the borders wide open, you thought you were coming into be able to continue in your wickedness and be in a paradise. This is not paradise, man. Micah 2:10 tells us to arise in the pot, for this is not our rest, man. It'll destroy us with even a sword destruction. See, a lot of you Jakes came up in here to get judged. A lot of you came in here to get judged, man. And again, it's only going to get worse. Check this out.
One designed to block illegal crossings, and he told Sean Hannity that Joe Biden's failed policies forced him to take swift action.
Why would somebody say that open borders are good, where jails and mental institutions from other countries and gang members right off the streets of the toughest cities in the world are being brought to the United States of America and emptied out into our country? Why would anybody that even likes, you don't have to love our country, you have to like it. Why would anybody that likes our country, the Democrats, allow that to happen? And even now, I watch them on television, they're trying to justify it. You can't justify it.
So those ICE raids taking place in many parts of the country, including the sanctuary city of Boston. That's where Bill Maloogian went on an exclusive right along with ICE, and Bill joins us now to tell us what he found and what he saw. Bill, good morning.
Bill, good morning to you as well. In the early days of this new Trump administration, ICE officials tell me they're taking what they call a worst first approach, meaning they're going to target the worst of the worst criminal alien offenders first. Well, we were given exclusive access to join the elite ICE team right here in Boston as they go into sanctuary jurisdictions and enforce immigration law.
Good morning, everyone.
It's a frigid 5 degrees in the pre-dawn hours just outside of Boston, where this team of elite ICE officers is briefing on their targets for the day.
We're going to be targeting some extremely violent offenders today.
Within moments, the officers are on the move, with eyes on their first target.
Looks like we got movement, target vehicle coming out.
They quickly take him into custody. He's an MS-13 gang member wanted in El Salvador for aggravated murder. And he has an Interpol red notice out for his arrest.
We are targeting very violent threats to our community.
I'm not going back to Haiti.
One of those threats is this illegal alien from Haiti. ICE says he's a gang member with 17 criminal convictions in recent years.
Trump, you feel me? Yo, Biden forever, bro. Thank Obama for everything that he did for me, bro.
ICE Boston quickly takes down its next targets, including this illegal alien from Brazil, who has an Interpol red notice for armed robbery. This Salvadoran illegal alien charged locally with rape and released by a sanctuary jurisdiction.
Yo, ¿cómo se llama?
And this Dominican illegal alien charged with assault with a deadly weapon and heroin trafficking. Officers also arrested this Guatemalan MS-13 gang member facing gun charges. ICE says he was released from local custody just the day before. Their detainer request was ignored because of sanctuary policies. And in a sign of shifting priorities with the new Trump administration, this man, who was in the same apartment as the target, was also arrested after ICE determined he's also in the U.S. illegally. This is what ICE calls collateral.
So you guys got your main target just now, but you got somebody else. What just happened?
So our main target was released by a sanctuary jurisdiction, not honoring a detainer. That person was released back into the community, and when we went to go find him, he's with somebody else who was previously removed from the United States. So he's going to go today too.
And that is exactly what Border Czar Tom Homan has warned would happen.
When we find the bad guy, he's probably with others that are in the United States illegally. They may not be a criminal priority, but we're not walking away from them.
ICE Boston says they will continue to go into sanctuary jurisdictions and do their job.
Today was a good day. Today we took several significant public safety threats out of our communities. Unfortunately, a lot were released by sanctuary policies, but we're here to tell the Commonwealth and the rest of the country that we're going to find them whether they're released or not.
And guys, shortly after we finished filming, ICE Boston told us they arrested 2 more targets in other parts of town away from our cameras. One of those targets is a previously deported Honduran illegal alien who was arrested for raping a woman while putting a gun in her mouth. The other target they got is a Haitian man who first flew into the United States in 2023 as part of President Biden's controversial migrant flights mass parole program. Well, they just picked him up yesterday because he's been arrested locally for sexual assault. We'll send it back to you.
Bill Maloogian, it was fascinating to watch all of that. I think I was just saying to Bill, this is terrible for Joe Biden and the legacy that he tried to leave behind. A question from me, how soon will they actually be leaving the country? Does that take a long time?
It depends what country they're from. If they're from cooperable countries like El Salvador, Guatemala, countries like that, it can be quick. It can be within days or weeks. If it's countries that are harder to deport, countries that don't cooperate with the U.S. as much, it can go into a process of months. But the Trump administration is changing policies with something called expedited removal. The bottom line is people at home don't need to understand all the policies. The Trump administration is just going to work as fast as they can to get all the people you just saw on camera there out of the country as fast as possible. They're also going to use their State Department, now led by Marco Rubio, to put pressure on countries that don't cooperate with the U.S. as much when it comes to those deportations.
Bill, just two points of clarification here. It seems a lot of these crimes are associated with sex crimes. I'm just looking at the list a bit earlier today. I don't know if that generally is the case or not. And second, if Boston's a sanctuary city, how are they allowed to do this? Because we told there would be resistance.
Boston doesn't have to cooperate with ICE, but there's nothing they can do to stop ICE from coming into their city and enforcing the law. And that's exactly what happened yesterday. And that's the point ICE makes to us is, look, they don't have to cooperate with our detainer requests. They don't have to tell our officers when they're releasing somebody from jail. But we're going to do our job. We have our intel guys out in the field. We have people with eyes all over the place, and we're going to snatch those guys. So they can make ICE's job more difficult, longer, and more dangerous, but it's not going to stop ICE from doing the job, guys. The bottom line is, ICE says it's safer for everybody involved if locals would just hand these guys over in jail once they're arrested, but they don't. They let them out onto the streets. They don't tell ICE about it, so ICE has to spend a lot of resources gathering intel, finding these guys, and then going out into the community to do arrests, which could be dangerous. You saw that combative Haitian man, and then you saw, in the case of that one MS-13 member, his friend got snagged. They weren't even looking for him. They were looking for the MS-13 guy.
Anyways, which just shows you that there's a division, you know, within this man's system. Because here it is, you have these sanctuary cities, okay, that are housing, okay, a lot of these quote-unquote immigrants, and ultimately they're not reporting them to ICE. They're not working cohesive with ICE. You see? And I have an article. Let me see something real quick. I have that article I had up right here. But needless to say, as you can see, Jake is the target, man. And you see the, we know Jake does wickedly. We ain't gonna sit here and try to put up a defense, for out of control, 2/3 Jake. But you see Esau, how he gets down, the slanderer. Okay, they make sure that they paint that picture of Jake as being this murderous rapist, man. But here it is. These damn demons have been going to and fro. Let me get this back up. These damn demons have been going to and fro, all right, throughout all four corners of the earth, from sea to shining sea, raping, robbing, pillaging, colonizing. Okay? Raping, robbing, pillaging, colonizing, and deleting people is what they've been doing. You see? So these people have a damn nerve, to be quite frank with you. But hey, we in the time, man. Hey, Jake, the Lord's taking one last proverbial swing on you, man. Okay? This is why it's time to repent. You got to get right with your Lord, man, while you can. All right? Let's go here. Now this is from Natural News, and it's dated January 22nd, 2025, and the title reads, Trump's border czar, right, which is pretty much a government official that's pretty much in a position of enforcing certain policies, right, of a government. But this is who this dude is. Tom Heyman or something like that. Well, it's down here. We'll figure it out. But needless to say, Trump's border czar demands cooperation from state and local law enforcement because they're not cooperating. They're making their job that much harder. Showing you there's a division within Esau's household. Showing you that this place is crumbling. All right, that's just another token. There's another token within this title. You know, and this is on the small scale, because I mean, when you look at the the Senate, I mean, there's a division there, and you can see it clearly. They're arguing all up in the Senate House, man. All right, and you know they're arguing amongst the elite. All right, showing you that this place is disintegrating, man. You know, and they're trying everything in their effort, to, bring this place back to life. You know, but as it tells us in Jeremiah, it's like Jeremiah 51 and 11, if I'm not mistaken, we would have healed Babylon, man. But Babylon, it can't be healed. Okay, mollifying ointment, bomb, nothing's going to bring her back. You see? She's done. She's at the end of the road. But anyways, let's get a little bit of this. President Donald Trump's border czar, Tom Homan, is set to work closely with state and local law enforcement to enforce immigration laws and address illegal immigration. The second Trump administration plans to intensify efforts to deport illegal immigrants who have already received removal orders. Homan emphasized the need for partnerships with state, local, and federal law enforcement, urging the public's involvement in identifying and reporting illegal activities. Some sanctuary cities like San Diego and LA have taken preemptive measures to protect illegal immigrants by blocking the use of local resources for ICE activities and prohibiting city personnel from participating in federal immigration enforcement. Because this is all through the spirit of the Lord. At the end of the day, the Lord's controlling this whole thing, man. Because another thing, we understand that, a mass majority of these immigrants, this was prophecy as far as them coming in through them borders. While the Lord put it on the spirit of Biden to open up the borders. Because pursuing, when you go to Jeremiah, it tells us, matter of fact, let me see something real quick. Now I'm going to leave that right there, but this is heavy right here. I'm going to go get that in Jeremiah. Check this out. All right? San Diego and LA are taking preemptive measures to protect illegal immigrants by blocking the use of local resources for ICE, man. They're putting up firewalls on them, man. So they can't do their homework on certain individuals, man, to get them. That's cold, man. A house divided, man, cannot stand. But anyways, this goes to show you that Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is controlling this thing. Okay? When you go to the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, verse 2 is the point, but we're going to start from verse 1. Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh, behold, I will raise up against Babylon, and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me a destroying wind. This Babylon's talking about America. This is talking to the daughter of Babylon. You see? And that destroying wind is going into what? When the missiles hit. You see? This is what this is going into right here. That destroying wind. And you can easily prove that when you go to you go to Revelations chapter 7 and verse 1, and it reads, and after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. You see? That destroying wind is going into the missiles, man. Okay? And when the Lord gives a command, guess what? Those missiles are going to be shot. You see? Back in the book of Jeremiah 51 and verse 2, here's the point. And will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her and shall empty her land, for in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about. Now, real quick, when you go into this word fanners,
Strong's H2114. Zur. Zur.
right, and it goes into under biblical usage, to be a stranger, become a stranger. We want the second definition here. Stranger, right? Another, right? Stranger, look at foreigner. Foreigner, look at an enemy. You see? So foreigner, so the Biden having those gates open, that was prophecy. Because as we know, again, Chinese nationals made it in. Okay? Military men of young military age of these foreign nations came in here, man. You know, you had splinter cells come in. You see? Babylon's been invaded already, man. But Esau's doing everything he can to try and, target who he knows best to target, and that's Jake. But here it is. He still got individuals in here from these other countries that he's just that are just flying under the radar, man. Unbeknownst to him, this man's surrounded by the enemy. Because it's prophecy. The damage is already done. You see, the harlot is already in the position to be taken. You see? This is just a desperate measure he's taking with this whole ICE program. All right? You know how many millions of people came into this country, man, when them borders open? Come on, man. This is the work of the Lord. Let's jump down. Let's go to Jeremiah 50 and 11. We called it earlier. Salaki, it wasn't 11. It was Jeremiah 50. Excuse me. Earlier I quoted Jeremiah 50 and 11. I was incorrect on that. I was referring to, bear with me. I was referring to Jeremiah. I was referring to Jeremiah. I was referring to Jeremiah 51 and 8 and the 9 was what I was referring to. Salakia for that, which we're gonna get now. We'll close out with this right here, and we'll jump down to verse. Matter of fact, I'm actually gonna read 8 and 9, and I'm gonna jump up to 6, and we'll close out there through the Spirit. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 51 and verse 8, and it reads, "Babylon is suddenly fallen, destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain, if so be." And it's only going to take 1 hour for Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai to completely level this place, man. Pursuant to Revelations, the 18th chapter. This is not going to be a long, drawn-out process. Okay? And in the twinkling of an eye, which goes into a blink, okay? The incorruptible is going to be raised. The corruptible is going to be raised incorruptible. And the immortal is going to be raised into immortal, man. In a blink of an eye. You see? This is where we're going with this thing. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is not going to turn back his judgment on this place, man. And allow this place to revive to where they come back to a position where America is great again. Are you crazy? Are you niggas out of your mind? You're just going to continue on with your reign of terror. You're going to continue to be able to steamroll over Jake. You know what I mean? Evict Jake out of his own land. You know? Because, call it what you want. We know Jake is going off. The ones that came up in here, the ones that they're grabbing up, Jake is out of their mind. But to keep it funky, hey, this land was, originally, our land. You know, this was this was Taino territory, man. Fuck Esau thought. This was Taino territory, man. Okay, Gad, and all the indigenous tribes, man, native tribes. You see, it tells you in Second Esdras that the 10 lost tribes came over here. Okay, Arsareth, man, which is America. The scholars even tell you that, and it's well documented. It's without a reasonable doubt that we were here. You see? So here comes this nigga, okay? Raping, robbing, stealing, pillaging, deleting, and murdering. And now he's claiming land that was not his, but originally it belonged to the same people that he calls himself getting out of the country. You know, the hypocrisy of this man. But, you know, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shah, we understand that this is all part of the conditions of the battle. You know, we're in a position where the curses are upon us. You know, we're on punishment still. You know, so this is part of the this is just part of the process. You see? But the correction will be made upon the return of our Lord Yahweh Shai. Let's read this from the top. Jeremiah 51:8, and it reads, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her. Take balm for her pain. If so be she may be healed. And this is the Lord being facetious, man. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai showing that sense of humor that he has. You see? Because there ain't no way he's going to heal her. He said, if so be she may be healed, man. Saying, meaning what? This is mocking her. It's a mockery. You see? Because there's no healing in this place. As it's going to tell us here, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her. Right, turn your back on this whore, Jake. Right, and let us go everyone into his own country. For her judgment reacheth unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies, man. Okay, and you got these heathens that are going to dip out of here. You know, but Jake, you got to be still and just disconnect through the spirit from this place. Because it doesn't matter where you go, judgment's going to follow you, being that the curses are on you. Okay? If the Lord ordained you to be here, you ain't going nowhere. Okay? You are not going nowhere. So you can try, but you ain't going to make it. We're jumping up to verse 6. Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Right? And this doesn't mean leave, literally. It means, hey, disconnect from the ways of Babylon, the philosophies, the mindset of Babylon, and return unto the obedience of the scriptures in the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Be no longer spiritually connected to this place, man. You see, flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. See, that's why it says that. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense, man. So recompense is coming to Babylon the Great, you know, and this is just the reality of this thing. But Jake, you got to understand, you're going to take part of that vengeance of the Lord resting upon this place if you're found joined unto it. You see? So you got to disconnect while you can through the spirit. Okay? But ultimately, going back to the point, all right, you got these ice raids, you know, making their rounds. And Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is, hey, he's reaching out and touching you Jakes, man. You see? You thought this was a game? And it goes to show you how fork-tongued this devil is, where through one regime, they open up the borders. Now with a whole different regime in office, you're being hunted down like a dog, man. Showing you that you can't never trust your enemy. You know, but Jake is going to keep doing Jake, right? Jake is going to keep doing Jake. You're gonna learn. You're gonna have to learn the hard way. So yeah, man. Hey, Lord willing, you Akiyam and Akwath will edify. All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. Lord willing, you Akiyam and Akwath will edify. Shalom.